Alright guys, welcome to part 2, episode 2, take 2 of
You don't need to say take two.
SMACKTalk. I had to say take
You
2
don't need to
because
say
something
take
no, because maybe I'll have it in bloopers or something what happened, but we were rudely interrupted.
She's cute.
Yeah. Anyways, now that I get a chance to talk at A Marusas or at Motley Experience, instead of EX, it's just a big X. Have it scrolling down somewhere. Yeah, look at this guy over here. I'm glad that you got all that off your chest. Now it's my turn to talk.
You're kindly welcome, sir.
Oh yeah, but really quickly, last week's Raw. I'd ask you, but you'd probably go on another 10-minute tirade about.
Okay, well, what I like about Raw,
or just go ahead.
Was that like the camera scrolling through to begin the show, seeing the empty arena different. I like Triple H's reign. It was different. That bit about a broom putting on a better match than half the guys.
That was entertaining.
You know, again, that's Triple H being Triple H, but that was a pretty damn good dig. CM Punk stole the entire segment. I don't care what anyone says. CM Punk stole that entire segment with the whole I get to wear your blazer.
That was the
You know that he
hilarious.
stole the segment and he shined.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed he couldn't really do much on the commentator booth because they only had like 6 minutes for that match.
Yeah.
And half of it was commercial break anyway.
I was like the first half hour I thought was the best. I was watching it and then I saw Cena come out, Sheamus come out, CM Punk come out, and I was expecting Orton to come out because I know they heavily advertise them.
Yeah.
And I was expecting,
surprised Orton
okay,
didn't
he's
come
probably going to be in something later, so they're probably going to do something else. And then they had the whole Cena Sheamus thing going, and CM Punk on the comment. I actually tweeted that I guess the best Raw ever because it's just CM Punk on commentary.
And then it stopped.
And then McMahon. That if it was me, and I was booking it, I would have had Sheamus and Cena go on for a good match, like give him like almost like a pay-per-view quality match between the two, because the two have already fought anyway, so you're not really giving away anything.
Yeah. Have
a good match, and right before the finish, say Sheamus is about to finish Cena, because that would have been huge. Just before that happens, then McMahon comes out, not in the middle of a hole, but like right before he's about to bro kick him or something like that. Have McMahon come out then to the big thing, tell him to stop the match, and then that way you already have a good, decent amount of wrestling. You already have Punk on commentating.
No. You had a good, decent amount of sports entertainment.
You had a good amount of entertainment, and you have that. Then McMahon comes out. I didn't like that. When I like McMahon coming out.
It still doesn't make sense to me that
it doesn't make sense in the way that they said he was fired, and I thought the way that at least I think, and I think most fans thought, was that he was like gone, like he's just retired, like he's just getting the money. But other than that, like he doesn't hold any actual role.
Yeah.
But that aside, I get the irony in what he was doing, and I get that Lauren Myers had to become the GM. It was expected at that point.
Forget about the anonymous Raw GM.
that wasn't his thing still out there?
I do think that there's a bigger picture. I'm an optimist in general, not just in wrestling, but in life as well. I'm an optimist. I'm gonna say maybe there's a bigger payoff in the end. Maybe by WrestleMania 28, that there's gonna be all the answers will be revealed. Hopefully, so
probably before WrestleMania.
Yeah, hopefully before. But like again, I'm an optimist. I'll give them that much time just to give me all the answers.
But it's just the whole product felt completely rushed, and it was just. I thought it was garbage.
Yeah, like by what time did the Raw locker room come back? Like after an hour, they just came back like whatever.
Like they just came back.
Like granted, they did have confrontations coming in, but still, like after that entire build up, I thought we were gonna see the Raw Super. They did release footage online, but I thought on broadcast they were gonna have some of the Raw superstars protesting or something like that. And I know this is a weak comment. The whole thing is a weak commentary on the whole Wall Street. Protests going on. It is like that's maybe they're just trying to. Maybe the reason why this whole thing is rushed is just because this came up and this wasn't in their plans, so they decided to just cash in. I
don't know, but like I think I think the booking could have been much better for last week's Raw.
Well,
and from what I read, this week's Raw isn't too amazing.
I'll watch
either.
It's just
I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it's not incredible. You don't really have anything answered. I think you get more questions if I remember from what I read.
And all questions should be answered at pay-per-views. That's how you sell a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's Hell in a Cell. Like,
was anything answered?
Nothing was. I mean, it was a big thing that they came back, but that was expected. But then they showed it on TV the next day. I mean, and like the whole pay-per-view
They did a WCW. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Less than average. And the main event that people wanted to see, that people paid all the money for, the last few minutes. I mean, you didn't see the whole match, but I don't think any of the matches were stellar on the whole pay-per-view. You just wanted to see that last part.
The reason why you watch a season finale of a TV show is because you want to know what the hell is going to happen in the last 2 minutes.
Last like few minutes, and he showed it on. Oh my god!
They did a WCW. I couldn't believe it. My jaw was on the floor when they did that. It was a WCW move.
I mean, I personally didn't care but I'm thinking of the people who actually spent $50.
I would be
say
furious.
you buy all the pay-per-views, you paid $50, and then you're planning to pay another $50. 2 weeks before that, you paid $50, and then 2 weeks after, you're going to pay another $50, and they gave away basically what you paid all the money for.
I didn't even pay for. I don't pay for any.
Because really, there's no point buying Hell in a Cell anymore because you don't see any like Hell in a Cell stuff that you want to see. It's like it's Hell in a Cell. You want to see like Carnage. But you don't. You see normal Raw
matches that just are matches. That's a whole other issue entirely. Well, again, it's the finish that was aired for free on television.
Yeah.
If I paid a ticket,
I'd ask for a refund.
If I bought a pay-per-view, I would be angry. I mean, like you really can't ask for a refund, honestly.
I'd ask for a refund.
They're not going to give you a refund.
I'd bitch and complain.
But oh my god, I felt sorry for anyone that bought that pay-per-view because that is just wrong.
I mean, I felt sorry for them anyway because I thought the pay-per-view wasn't that good.
Yeah. But regardless, that out of the way, I'm still an optimist. I'm still holding out hope. I'm excited for Survivor Series. We're going to be at Survivor Series.
Yes, we're going to be at Survivor Series. We're going to go to Survivor Series. And Madison Square Garden.
And the rumors for Survivor Series so far are stellar. I mean, I'm excited. Just the mere fact that The Rock's going to have an in-ring return, that's worth seeing.
The one thing that I don't like is that the already advertised Rock and Cena are teaming up. Like, if you go to posters and all that stuff, they're already advertising that. But, like, no, I know why they're doing it, but, like, in terms of, like, an actual fan who watches, they already know that they're going to be together, but it hasn't been mentioned at all on TV. And then they're probably going to do something, and you're going to see the two together. Something questionable is going to happen. They're going to have to wait until next week when you already know they're going to end up teaming up.
It is I wouldn't say catch-22, but it is a problem. Like, they sold out this event in 90 minutes because they knew The Rock was going to have a match with Cena. Right. People knew that. But as far as I mean, like
actually, I heard that they might bring The Rock back wrestling for like the Raw before.
Okay.
Which might piss some people off because they're expecting the Survivor Series pay-per-view to be his big return, which makes sense because that's where he made his debut.
Yeah. That's also a cause for concern. But that aside, you know, they advertising The Rock made the whole pay-per-view sell out, and so they got what they wanted in the end. They got the money. But they did kill any sort of build-up. So now, why should we really watch Raw? We already know the big thing that's going to happen. Rock and Cena are going to team up.
Yeah.
But what else is going to happen? And that's why people are going to tune in just to find out secondary information. That's kind of disappointing and also kind of contradictory to what you want to do. But so far the rumors are wild, and I don't want to believe these rumors because they're just that, they're rumors, but I am if they all happen to be true, which is Rock, Cena on the team, CM Punk, Austin on the team, and I forgot who else was supposed to be on the team, and if they run with it, it's going to be one hell of a Survivor Series pay-per-view. Just on names alone, match quality, I don't know, but no one knows. But just on the marquee names alone, it's going to be huge, and it's going to be New York City I love. Everyone loves New York City.
It's going to be like my first time. Actually, this Friday I'm going to the city. I'm only going to the UN. So it'll be my first time, like, in the city.
Well, you'll be, if you take the train from here?
What, this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this Friday it's a trip with a club.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Taking a bus.
Well, it's in Madison Square Garden. Best arena in the world.
I'm excited.
Yeah, he's never been, so we're going to pop that cherry. And,
together.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of New York, I was at the New York ComicCon this past Saturday.
That's great.
There wasn't a huge wrestling presence. If there's one thing that I have to shake my head at the wrestling world on, sports entertainment, is that they're kind of slow to adapt to, new, to new.
They were at the San Diego one, right?
They were at San Diego. But keep in mind, San Diego Comic-Con has been around for years now, and wrestling fans have also been, comic geeks for a while, if I may use that term. So it makes me wonder why wrestling didn't start advertising at Comic-Con sooner. why they started advertising a few years ago. They had The Miz and some writers last year, but this year at 2011 they made it big with CM Punk and Triple H and Bret Hart and Rey Mysterio. It's only now that they brought it. I mean, why now? Why didn't you bring it a few years ago? It was the same thing with going to high definition. They didn't start until 2008, which is considered late compared to other television shows. I remember Gregory Helms. Perhaps he's just bitter, but he mentioned on Twitter that he tried explaining to WWE executives about ComicCon, and he says that they were just so clueless and like, what is this all about? And that it was so hard to get through them that they didn't, obviously they didn't get to ComicCon until after Gregory Helms had left already. So I'm pretty sure that kind of stung for him.
Yeah.
But they should really take more advantage of the geek market, because wrestling fans are also pretty big geeks. And
except for me.
Shut up. New York Comic Con didn't really have much of a presence. It was more Mattel advertising new figures. Jerry Lawler was there, but he was not there the day I was. He had a table. I bought a comic book that he was advertising. The comic book is called Headlocked. I haven't read it yet, but apparently it's about the real life backstage world of professional wrestling. Not like wrestlers fighting knights and demons, which is what the WWE comics are all about. This one
have those actually kicked off, or?
Yeah, those have been released for a while now.
Yeah, but
are they successful?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't read them. But this one is about this one is obviously isn't published by WWE, but this one is about the real life, politics that occur backstage. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read it. And I wish there was just a bigger wrestling presence at these things, because they have an untapped market. Like geeks are wrestling fans are geeks. You should take advantage. Really, I mean, like I'm glad the WWE has their own fan conventions, but they only take place during WrestleMania, and they only happen wherever the city is. I mean, there's also SummerSlams, the SummerSlam thing, SummerSlam Access, but again, that only happens in Los Angeles now. So it's like, what's really going on here? But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Comic-Con. It was fun. So a lot of CM Punk shirts. Oh my God. There was like a record of like CM Punk shirts. There were more CM Punk shirts at Comic-Con than there were
the number one
in Chicago.
Seller now in WWE.
Yeah, I mean, like, there were other wrestling shirts too. Like, I saw like one guy wearing the Rock shirt, the I Bring It shirt. There was one guy wearing a...
I bought that shirt, but I had to return it because it wasn't the size I wanted.
You bought a large. You're a medium.
Well, I thought it was a large, but anyways, I got a CM Punk shirt.
But anyway, so many CM Punk shirts and a lot of CM Punk fans, and it was good to just to see wrestling still have a presence, if the fans are bringing it and not the actual WWE. But Mattel was there, and they had a whole exhibit dedicated towards wrestling, so I was happy about that.
Yeah. But back to the rumors really quickly. There was a rumor for Mark Henry versus Big Show in a Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match.
How's that gonna work out?
I don't know how you're gonna have so much weight.
I
on a
like
ladder
Big
at the
Show.
same
I
time.
like Mark Henry.
A table match.
But then
is
again,
understandable. Have them in the tables.
I'd like to see a tables match, honestly, between the two of them, because that would be fun.
Tables match would be.
But a ladder and chairs.
I would not, and just for their actual safety alone.
Yeah.
Man, they're so heavy.
Tables match.
Can you picture Big Show trying to climb a ladder to get? You shouldn't have to picture that.
Has he ever climbed a ladder? Because I feel like he has.
Well, he was in that.
Anyone watching this, tell us if Big Show has ever climbed a ladder.
He was in that ladder match with tag match with him and Jericho. No, the TLC match. Him and Jericho versus DX. But he didn't. He wasn't really actually climbing the ladders that much. He would go like halfway up and then he'd have to get off for whatever reason. It was mostly Jericho. You shouldn't have big guys doing that. Yeah.
Anyway, so those are my thoughts right now. Compound was fun. I'm excited for Survivor Series. He's excited for Survivor Series. We're all excited for Survivor Series. That's all I got so far.
Vengeance. I'm not.
So we've been having themed pay-per-views for a while now, and out of the blue, Vengeance is back.
Yeah.
I really want to know what the hell is going up in the offices in Stamford, because I want to know what the hell they're thinking. I really want to know. Yeah, I really want to know what's going on.
I want to know also. Especially when Vince McMahon is sick, because he's losing it.
Apparently he's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's losing. He's going crazy.
Apparently
he's like almost 70.
Apparently he's sick with the flu, and he still refuses to admit how sickness isn't a weakness or whatever. I don't know.
Anyways, we're gonna come back in part 3, and we're gonna talk about the struggles of being a wrestling fan and anything else that pops into it.
If I want to be a WWE commentator, I really shouldn't be talking about Vince McMahon like this.
Well, by the time you get there, he'll probably be dead.